So, hi gentlemen, welcome back to my videos. Today you can see that it's a mess on my table. It's Makita Rotary hammer drill. It's HR2811F. So, okay, it's a great tool, but what we need to change for it is the field, the armature, the hammer, the pair of O-rings, and the spring ring, and of course the carbon brushes. So, okay, about the armature, so I'm changing it because the field is damaged, is burned out, so it's better to change the field and armature together. So, okay, I'm just throwing this one out. Okay, the field. Now we need to remove the field. We can see that the field have two outgoing wires here, the white one and black one. So the white one and black one is going here and here, so definitely we need to disconnect them. Okay, not so easy as it can look. Okay, fork wire not getting out. Okay, I will try to push it a little bit with a knife. So don't do that at home. Okay, no. Okay, now it's getting out. I will try not to touch the other wires because I don't need to disconnect them and then connect again. So now about the field, I need to unscrew the two screws here. Removing the dust cover. And what can we see here? We can see the field here, so I will try to push it out with my fingers. Okay, it's not always going easy, so the easiest way is to hit the housing to the table. Okay, so it goes slowly. Okay, the wires here holds it, so I'm just disconnecting it and okay, getting the field out. Just remember in what hole it was going out, so it was this hole. So what can we see? It's totally burned out. You can see that here. We can compare it with the new one. Okay, so just throwing this one out. Okay. So now we need to install it back. Okay, it was in a hole here, so we need to get the wire here. So okay, just pushing it in, taking the wire out. Okay. We can check how we must align the field, or normally it's, if you put another direction it will not go. So of course now we can see the holes here and the screw hole here, so we know that we need to put this on its way, and we have the wires going out, so it's easy. Okay, now I need to push it in. Sometimes new field going inside easily, sometimes not, so okay, of course you need to try to push it straight, so then it will go easier. Okay, this part I see is moving, so I will glue it. Okay, a little bit glue and everything will be fine. By I'm gluing it and not just taking it out and throwing away. It's only plastic piece, but it protects the windings from the scratches when the dirt is going inside the motor. So it must be here. Okay, so, and it's really not hard to glue it. So now I need to push the dust cover back. You can see we have the grooves here to install it correctly in a place. Okay. Okay, so now it's in a place. I can screw the screws in. Okay, so now we have the field inside of here, so we can connect it. We will organize the wires later, I think. Okay, so now it's a time for the most important part. So cylinder, tool holder, and of course the O-rings inside it. So we can see the spring ring here inside. You can see the small end of it, and it's here. So we need to take out that spring ring. I will try to push it with a screwdriver. Okay. Now I need to spin it a little bit because I have only the small end here, so I need to get it a little bit more. It will be easier to take it out. So I'm trying to spin the spring ring inside. Of course now it's no luck, so I will try to hit the part inside. Okay, maybe you will fit. Yep, you will fit. So okay, now I will try to move the ring spring, so it's moving a little bit, but of course that's not enough for me. I can try lift it, but still it's too small piece, so I will try to hit it a little bit with a puncher, and maybe then it will move a little bit around. Okay, so it's moving, but it's moving slowly. Okay, the easiest way for that one is to put the tool holder in the vise. Okay, I think I will try to organize the camera. Okay, so yeah, fuck touching camera with greasy hands. Okay, so now just putting this one to the vise. Of course, trying to not damage it. Okay, now I can try to hit a spring ring to turn it around a little bit, and I can try to knock it out. Okay, it's still spinning around, so I will try to knock to the other end, and it's the middle of the spring ring here. Okay, it's moving, but that's not enough, so, but I spin it around, you can see the end of the spring ring here, so now I will knock this end down, and I think it will go out. Okay, it's going out, but it's bending inside, so sometimes that happens. So knocking the other side. Fuck. Okay. Yep, it's going out easily, so I will adjust the camera back. Now maybe not with the greasy hands. Okay, I will tight it because I don't want to lose my camera here, so okay. So I will try to show the ring inside. It's bended inside. So what I need to do now, I need to take it out with the pliers probably. Okay, here you can see how it looks. So it's totally damaged. Okay, of course sometimes I am lucky enough to take it out not bended, but most of the times it's go out bended, so maybe it's my problem. Okay, but it cost pennies, so really not worth to play with it. Okay, so now just taking the hammer parts out. Okay, what can we see here? We can see the O-ring here on the down, and we can see the hammer. You can see that the hammer is a little bit worn out, so the tool is hammering not in all fours, so you can see the difference on the new one and old one. The old one had the bump here, the new one is around to up, so it's definitely different. Okay, so the small ring, the spring ring, this one going to the recycle bin. Okay, so just taking this part out, taking out the hammer. If you're afraid you forgot how to put it inside, you can put it immediately. Okay, then goes the washer, the rubber, and the housing with the O-ring. So the O-ring is here, we need to remove it with a screwdriver. Okay, and replace it with new one. Okay, and putting everything back. So you can see how it looks. Of course, I'm greasing it a little bit. So now we can just put all parts with our finger inside the tool holder, then inserting the spring ring. Okay, pressing it with a finger. It's going almost easy. Okay, so I will just move it down with the pliers. Okay, so what's now? We can push the spring ring down with the screwdrivers. We can try to use the aluminum cylinder from the old Makita tool. Okay, I will try to do that with the cylinder. So now I need to hit it with something. There's all my punchers and other parts. Okay, I will hit it with this puncher to move the ring down. Okay, now we can see that the ring is not in place because the spring ring is here and the groove for the spring ring is here. So here's the groove and here's the spring ring. Okay, so I will try to knock it with this one harder and maybe it will go in. Okay, it's still not in a place, but it's almost in a place. Okay, it's a smart way to do that on a vise or on a hydraulic press. Okay, it's almost in place. Okay, and now it's in place. We can see that the spring ring is here now in a groove. Of course, check both sides. It's very, very important. Okay, throwing the old part out. Okay, so we have this one now. It's an O-ring left, so this O-ring is from the striker, from the aluminum cylinder, so it's very easy to replace, just removing the O-ring and putting on the new one, so it's really easy. Okay, of course greasing it, putting a little bit grease on the end of it and putting it inside the aluminum cylinder. You must feel some not a very big compression inside. So okay, what's next? We can start to assemble it. Okay, I hope I will remember everything, how it needs to be assembled. So okay, first I will insert it here on a housing. Okay, so now we have it in the housing. Okay, I hope I will not miss any parts. So now I will put some grease inside the cylinder. Of course, don't put too much grease. It not must be the full of grease. So inserting the aluminum cylinder and the tool holder. So now we have the screws here, so we can check. We need 4 screws. They must not be long, so okay, this one. So now tighten it with hand, with Allen key or other key you have. About newtons or something, I don't know, I'm just tightening it with hand. Well, of course, tightening it well. If you want, you can use the Loctite or some similar glue for the bolts, but I not recommend doing that because aluminum housing and the stainless steel screws, so you will not unscrew them again after using the Loctite. Okay, what can we see now? We can spin the cylinder, it works. We can try to spin this one. Okay, it's a clutch, it works now. It's out, so it's spinning freely, easily. Okay, we can see how the button works here. It's lifting the gear and the clutch will start working. Okay. Okay, now I cannot press it like that. Okay, so what's next? Next is some grease here. So okay, my grease is almost out. It's not a problem, I have more. Of course. Okay. I'm just cleaning the housing a little bit. It's not really important, maybe for the tool, but it's important for me. So, pressing down the gear. Okay, it's not always going easy, so sometimes you need to hammer it slightly. You can hammer it slightly here. Okay, to get it in. Of course, don't use a lot of force. So, now we can see that the tool holder is spinning when I'm spinning this gear, so that's good. Of course, now I feel that this spin good. Okay, we have the housing here, we have the flat washer. The flat washer goes here, so one the tip for this one, if you want to make it easier to install, just put some grease here, then put the flat washer on it, and it will hold very good, so it will not fall out. Okay, now I will put some grease here. Okay, and close the cover. So the cover now is almost closed, so I need to install the armature here. Just pressing it in. Okay, I got it in, so now I can spin it, try to close the housing. Okay, you can try to move it and see if it's closed good or not. So it's must be no gaps here. Okay, the grease left here, so okay. Inserting this beauty to the housing. Okay, line the holes. So screwing the screws in, so again searching for the 4 same screws. Tighten screws with that. Checking them with the hand. Okay, it's good. So now we can try to spin the armature winding here with our finger. It must move easily, freely. Okay, now we can open the cap here. Okay, maybe the pliers will be good. Okay, yep. Okay, so we can see that the connection rod inside is moving when we are spinning the armature. So that's a good sign. Of course, I'm opening it not for that. I'm opening it to put some grease here. So okay, put the grease here, cleaning it a little bit, and of course closing the cap. Okay, so what we have now, we have almost assembled tools. So what can we do? We can put this housing here. Okay, so it will start to look nicer. Okay, now it's a screw here. I think it's a 4mm screw. Okay, we'll try to screw it in. Okay, it's good now. So I don't know, I think we can assemble the tool holder. Okay, so here goes the spring. Now if you want, I can try to zoom it. If you don't want it, just don't look. So here goes the spring. Then goes the washer. Then here goes the ball. The flat washer. The cover. The spring ring. Okay, and the cap. So it's good now. Okay, so what is left for us is the cover, the handle, the spring, the knob, and the carbon brushes. So now I will install the carbon brushes. So it's CB to 325. Okay, just lifting the spring up, inserting the carbon brush and connecting it, of course. Okay, installing the second carbon brush. Okay, so how easy it is here. So now the wires, so you can see that's gaps for the wires to organize them, so put the wires in that gaps. So it's honestly it's very easy, just put the wires in the gaps. Okay, so now we have all the wires in the gaps, checking that twice. We can close the cover here. So hold it with the 2 screws here. It's a smaller PH2 head. Okay. While I'm closing the cover, of course to assemble the tool, and the wires here will not go out from the places. So, okay, what we have here now, here we have the place for wires, so you can see that from the size of them we can organize them. So okay, not in this. Okay, it goes like this. Then it goes, this one will go here, this one will go here. Okay, fuck, not holes, I want to show how they go inside. So okay, I need to take the field wires out a little bit because I cannot insert the connection. So the black and the white wires, okay, now they are really good. I just take them out a little bit. So okay, fuck, that drill is still using the bit. So okay, what we have here, we have the connection for the field. Okay, organizing the wires. So it's a gap here for the wires, so I'm just pressing them in. Okay, and the smaller one goes here and here. So you can see that now we have all the wires organized. So putting on the spring and trying to close the handle. Of course, try to not damage the wires when closing the handle. Okay, and the handle is on. Now we can tighten it. It's a metal screws on the top of the handle. And screws for plastic goes to the bottom. Okay. Okay, we can check that the switch is working. It's working, okay. Now we need to put a push knob here, so not a push knob, it's a possession knob, so, and tighten it with a screw. Okay, and that's all. We have assembled the Makita Rotary hammer drill. It's HR2811F. It's a nice tool made on 2007. So we made a maintenance for each. You need the O-rings, of course, changing the field and the armature. Okay, for normal maintenance you need to change the carbon brushes, some ball bearings, or all ball bearings, the O-rings and the grease. Okay, now we're changing the worn out parts and the burned out parts. So yeah, you can see that normally this repair, I don't know, if you have the parts on your table or something, you would assemble it and assemble it not more than 2 hours. okay, if you are making the video, you are doing that in 4 hours or more. If you will do that according to the video, I think you will make everything in 3 hours or not more. So okay, you can see that it's the nice tool, made very simple. It's simple and easy to repair. So for now, thank you for watching. Of course, always waiting for your comments on my videos. Always be happy to see thumb ups on the videos, and see you in my next video. Bye.